Good morning, beloveds. I'm debating on whether or not I can show you Foster. He's very shy and doesn't, yeah, he's beautiful. He's a black cat with green eyes, but he's skittish. So let me see if... Hey, Foster. Yep, I have my own mini panther. I don't know if you could see his gorgeous green eyes, but he came into the doorway, and so I patted the thing beside me, and he is sitting next to me, purring loudly. So, all right. I try and share my cats with you when I can. So it is July 23rd. It is Thursday. It has actually been an incredibly busy week for me, and it's also the last night was the last Bible Wisdom class, and tonight, Saturday, is the last From Whence We Came class. And then I'm going to take a deep breath and take August off. Not from this, though. I will continue to do this. So, all right. I like today's title. I am happy in the harmony of God. Now there are diversities of gifts, but the same Spirit, and there are diversities of operations, but it is the same God, which worketh in all. And that is 1 Corinthians 12, and it looks like 4 and 6. So for whatever reason, they left out 5. I don't know. All right, let's see what Ernest has to say today. I wish you could hear this purr. We do not all have the same gifts, because no two anythings are ever alike. Nature never reproduces anything identically. And there are diversities of operations. We are all engaged in different types and sorts of activities that express the unique individualization that each one of us is. But it is the same God working in all of us. This is one of the most terrific concepts we could entertain, that out of all of the variations of life, the infinite variety of color and form and people, the rosebud, the elephant, the snow-capped mountains, the tiny mouse in the field, one power is working. One life is being expressed, one energy is animating, one presence flowing through, and one law controlling. The one mind is working in and through us now, not as big or little, or hard or easy, but merely as spontaneous self-expression. Back of our smallest act is the strength of the universe. Behind all of our thoughts is the infinite thinker. Diffused through every human activity is the divine presence. Today, I am realizing that all my thoughts are formulated in the divine mind. All of my actions are sustained by the infinite energy. All the power there is and all the presence there is right where I am. Therefore, I open the channels of my thought to the influx of this divine presence that is now doing something unique and different through me. I feel the impact of this presence in my mind. I sense its feeling and imagination in my own thinking. I see it operating through all of my actions. And since there is no big or little, everything becomes important, because everything is the self-expression of that within me that doeth all things. Therefore, I surrender myself completely to that one power, that all-knowing mind, that one presence, which is beauty and love and peace and joy. Alrighty then. if you want to see peace, you should see the look on his face because he's just getting petted. He's loving it. All right. So I am happy in the harmony of God. Today, Ernest is tackling, we all look different, we all do different things, and yet we are one, we are a multitude in the one, which is a beautiful idea. We do not all have the same gifts because no two anything are alike. They have photographed millions of snowflakes. I mean, every single snowflake is different. There's no snowflake that is the same. So, yeah, I mean, we're like snowflakes. We're all different. Built from the same stuff, but different. And it's beautiful and wonderful and amazing and something to be celebrated. Nature never reproduces anything identically. I mean, even when you're dealing with identical twins, they're just little differences until they discover their own individuality, and then they can do major differences, unless they want to, fool people. And there are diversities of operations. We are all engaged in different types and sorts of activities that express the unique individualization that each of us is. So you're unique just like everyone else. But that's our gift. Our gift is to be who we are, not to be anybody else. I think it's Oscar Wilde that said, "Be you because everybody else is taken." But it is the same God working through all of us. It is the same presence. It is the same good. It is the same love working through all of us. This is one of the most horrific concepts we could entertain, that out of all the variation of life, the infinite variety of color and form and people, the rosebud, the elephant, the snow-capped mountain, the tiny mouse in the field. So he goes from big imagery to little imagery to, he's encompassing it all. One power is working. One life is being expressed. One energy is animating. One presence is flowing through, and one law is controlling. So it's the one power working, the one life being expressed, the one energy animating, the one presence flowing through. It's that. So it's like the divine pattern. There are multiple infinite amounts of patterns, but it's the same power cutting that pattern out. It's the same power sewing that pattern together. It is that same power animating that pattern. So there are infinite patterns, one power. The one mind is working in and through us now. And it's not a big mind or a little mind, because there is no size in an infinite. Not big or little, not easy or hard, merely as a spontaneous expression. So it is our judgment that makes it big or little. It is our judgment that makes it easy or hard. Not God's. Back of our smallest act is the strength of the universe. So the smallest thing we do to the biggest thing we do, we have the same amount of power behind us, if we are willing to allow it through. Behind all of our thoughts is the infinite thinker. Diffused through every human activity is the divine presence. So the question is, when you're looking at human activity, the divine presence is behind that activity. But how much of that activity is conscious? Because when we are conscious of the divine presence, we make better choices. We do better. Well, as Jesse would say, it's time that we do well. We got to quit doing this better thing. It's time that we do well. And so when we are conscious of that divine presence, that divine power, that divine pattern, we will do well in that human activity. And when we are not, we make mistakes. Okay, so today I am realizing that all my thoughts are formulated in the divine mind. Now, he didn't say by the divine mind. He said in the divine mind. We have that era of free will. All of my actions are sustained by the infinite energy. Infinite energy. All of your actions are sustained by the infinite energy if you're willing to allow it to flow through you. All the power there is and all the presence there is right where I am. So the power and the presence is right where you are right now. Right now. Always where you are. Therefore, I open the channels of my thought. I open the channels of my thought. This is conscious action on my part to open the channels to this divine presence, to the influx of this divine presence that is now doing something unique and different through me. God can do anything for you that you allow God to do through you. Big one. I feel the impact of this presence in my mind. I sense its feelings and imagination in my own thinking. I feel the impact of this presence in my own mind. For a minute, just stop and think. What does that feel like? What does it feel like to have the divine presence? I can tell you what it might feel like to me, but you have to feel it for yourself. So, because I'm thinking like a warm blanket. I live in Houston, maybe a warm blanket. Maybe I want a cool blanket right now. But, like a warm blanket and a purring cat. So, that's what it would feel like to me. What does it feel like to you? Think about it. And then when you're in those moments where you don't feel it, evoke that feeling again. It's like, wait, no. This is what the divine presence feels like to me. Say it to yourself and then feel it. And then everything just feels a little bit better. I sense its feeling and imagination in my own thinking. So when you're stuck for ideas, that might be a good place to go. I see it operating through all of my actions. If you think about the divine presence acting through all of your actions, you will make better choices. And since there is no big or little, everything becomes important because everything is the self-expression of that within me that doeth all things well. Which means that your small actions have just as much power as your big actions. And the small things that you do are wonderful. Because I grew up with the motivational poster, God don't make no junk. God don't make no junk. No matter how little an action you take, it can have major ripples throughout the world. Or just for that one person that you made that small gesture to. Because you are doing it with the full power of the divine behind you. All right. Therefore, I surrender myself completely to that one power, that all-knowing mind, that one presence, which is beauty and love and peace and joy. So it sounds like today our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to do something terrifying. To surrender completely to that one power. But to remember that that power that we are surrendering to animates us, flows through us, loves us, because that power is beauty, love, peace, and joy. Surrender completely to your beauty. Surrender completely to your love. Surrender completely to your peace. Surrender completely to your joy. And watch the changes that can make in your life. All right. Well, that's a mission today. So, I'm going to encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself today. Open your windows, get some fresh air. Allow that fresh perspective to move through you. And do something that energizes your mind and your body. Dance, laugh, sing, hop, skip, jump, run, walk, whatever it is that gets you moving into having a fantastic day. All right, beloveds, Reverend David will be on with you sometime around 5. I will be back with you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Have a fantastic day. And know that you are the beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased. Surrender to that love.